Hello everybody, welcome to episode 11, Strategic Analysis. As always, please like and subscribe. I hope you're finding some value in as I review the good and the bad of what I did. So, in this one, we have to go basically take a look at a item at a computer. Basically, it's a hack situation, so I brought my technical specialist along to reach it at distance if need be. Usually a good idea to have one just in case. In this case, I've only got these 7 turns to get there, so very important that I not dilly-dally too much. Definitely need to, make some distance where possible. So I took my Scouty Ranger up, made the look around to kind of get a general idea of where I'm at. Kind of need to move people up, hoping not to trigger anything. You wouldn't expect to this early, but it certainly can happen. But now you see I've got kind of a clear field of view, so I'm going to bring some up a little further. So always got to check your lay of the land, see what you might possibly run into. So in this case, you can tell I've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. So start moving people up. Then here comes this one. Look around the corner. Again, at this point, not expecting to see anybody, but also don't want to be wild with it. Don't want to leave yourself not in cover. So in this case, trying to figure out, okay, where might be a good place to stick this guy for now. So try to go ahead and put him there. Kind of want to keep him toward the back if possible, since he's my multi-shot healer. The Gremlin able to heal, I think, 4 times. So don't want to get him knocked out when other people are busy trying to stay alive. So again, move my scout up. That gives me a good view of where I can get to. So time to go ahead and bring in the additional guys further. Try to get my ambush planned. Don't want to wait around too long on this. Again, now I'm down to the 6 turns. In this case, it's a matter of trying to get my best possible positions without giving myself away too early before I hit the ambush. Definitely want to, try to get height advantages where possible, and hopefully get some, aim bonuses, if not possible crit bonuses, for having people flanked. So go ahead and start moving my guys up. Now obviously, if I were not concealed, I would never get all my people anywhere near this tightly bunched. That's just a terrible idea if they know where you are. Because, one grenade, all of a sudden you've got 3 or 4 people damaged. And that just makes your life that much harder from the start, even with a well-loaded specialist like I have that can heal multiple times. You don't have to use them all in the first 2 turns. So in this case, we now see other things. So everyone on Overwatch till we're ready to go. So we got the Viper, we got the 2 sectoids, and right now they're all kind of nice and in the open. So this is probably a good time to set up for and execute the ambush. Always be careful when trying to move that little extra bit forward that you don't end up accidentally falling into visual range. In this case, thinking, I can probably get that far around because they shouldn't be running all the way across the platform to flank me. So a little bit risky there. Problem is you're not going to find much in the way of high cover. It's all pretty much half cover. So in the meantime, looking for what might be the best shot. Fortunately, my sharpshooters pretty much 100%. Just a matter of how much damage are they going to do. I've got the 5 guys versus their 3. That's a lot of hit points to chew through, though. So definitely important to make sure you're getting your best shots off if possible. In this case, you have to really consider which is the greatest threat to you. The Viper, with its tongue grab, could literally grab any one of the 5 troops I have here and pull them across the map there to itself. So that's why when the time comes, given that it's that versus just sectoids, they might try to mind spin. Possible mind control. I don't know if we're that far into the game, so at this point I think taking out that Viper, or at least attempting to, makes the most sense. Here we've got the 50% crit chance, we've got 40% for flanking, 10% for the weapon crit, and 99% chance to hit, hoping that 4 to 6 becomes something more. So we take the shot, having everybody ready to go. In this case, got that crit. That 8 took him out. And it's going to send the other 2 just running in terror. So, but there again, I've got 4 guys ready to shoot. Fortunately, that was a really good shot with his upgraded weapon. And now that leaves me 3 people that can shoot at the other one. He did good, and he did good, and combined managed to take everybody out in the one ambush. That was a very well executed ambush. This, of course, was not a not an unexpected, but certainly not pleasant surprise. That is a pretty weapon. So, but yeah, she's got all sorts of strengths. The immunity to melee damage, very much an issue. The fact that I don't have a Reaper on this one does not help as far as the ability to take her out. As you'll see, she's quite formidable at this point, and still ugly as ever. So, so it's their turn. You figure she's running around. Alright, so now it's my turn. And it's a matter of I've still now got 4 turns to get all the way over there. So I definitely need to be making some distance, but at the same time I've got to be aware that she's out there, as well as anything else that may be on the map. While she's not subject to my overwatch, doesn't mean there aren't other troops that might come walking through that door there. So felt it important to try to get to my resistance contacts, given that there's no one currently in the area. I did get Mox into half cover. In this case, got the 34 supplies. That's fantastic. And then there's the drop up there that I've got to try to get to. Again, seeing as there's nobody currently in my area, as long as I keep them spread out, I just have to assume she's probably going to hit me on the next turn. So it becomes a matter of, you're not going to get through a chosen showing up without somebody getting injured at some point. I've done it once earlier in the series. Saw that was considerably lucky, though. I think she just happened to quite be too far away from anyone. In this case, it's amazing how far she can run. So, still trying to keep some distance, but yet still trying to move forward toward the objective. And again, while the Overwatch does nothing against her, just want to make sure that anyone else coming through. But then you see her come from all the way downtown, all the way right in the midst, so it really would not have mattered how far back I was almost. I just still had to be up on the platform probably to keep her from reaching me. So there again, there's somebody taking a hit. Nothing unexpected there. But now it's a matter of attempting to get a hold of her and take things out. In this case, the Overwatch will come very handy, as suddenly there's 2 troops brought in. She shot him in the butt, as she should. So now I'm actually having to pull backward, because while she just moved toward the objective, the other 2 have pulled behind me. And I'm going to have to do something about that, or else I'm going to be in deep trouble. especially given that they were managed to run up high. So that causes additional problems for me. Fortunately on this one I had Mox. Even though he's going to take some damage, his ability to move the grapple certainly very handy. I've got the Specialist, even though he's currently been injured. The fact that I can heal with him once I get him back to back to sanity here. But in the meantime, I've got to try to find a good spot to get up there and start shooting some people. Fortunately, I had run and gun on my Ranger Phillips here. Able to go extra distance, put him in a good flanking position for the one down below, as well as in good shot position for that one. Of course, him missing did not help me at all. So, and there again, high percentage shot, low percentage value on the hit. So, again, here definitely trying to make use of Mox's grapple ability to give him a nice move. He can shoot twice, so that was another reason I want to bring him up here now, so that he can double unload. So he got him nice and flanked. Justice only does 4, but it doesn't hurt to look. So in this case, I'll hit him twice if need be. See, there's a crit, but only for 6. So it must have been a min roll plus a crit. And so now, go ahead and take advantage of his ability to fire twice, since he didn't actually have to move thanks to the grapple. Second crit. But now I've still got this one to worry about. And unfortunately, he's kind of hidden. But it didn't hurt to go ahead and try the lightning hands. And just really lucked out there. That was a... I don't think it was a very high percentage shot, but it worked out for us in this occasion. So now that he hasn't had to use an action, he can come over there. He can do revive. Get our poor injured comrade, or injured and dazed comrade here back into the fight. Which now he's already on his second move, so it's just a matter of let's just retreat him up here, have him pick up some more stuff for us. In this case, the laser sight. And now this one, having been dazed and been revived, is now on his second, so I felt at this point good chance to throw out the Mimic Beacon, because I can't get him in position and do anything useful, but the Mimic Beacon should definitely keep her occupied and maybe bring her out in the open for me, which is what I want. So go ahead and move into a cover position here. Go ahead and do the pistol overwatch. Not that it does any good against her, but then again, she drops 2 more people down. It'll be very helpful. Or in this case, let's just go ahead and heal him up. Get him back to full so that he can heal others. And maybe not have to waste one of those on himself. Yeah, she ran up there. It's always important to make sure you know where she is as best as possible, because that way if you want to throw a grenade, very handy. Because in this case, I kind of wasn't sure exactly where she had ran off to. So I kind of figured, well, I think it was there. And with the delay, I wasn't sure I had hit the right spot. So, fortunately in this case, it'll slowly let me know that, oh yes, she was there. Now everyone can take a nice shot. We got your elevation bonus here, which she takes extra damage on. So, only got a 5 though. Nice 100%, 7 to 9, 65% chance to crit. There we go. Did nice 12. So see, that was that elevation bonus. So just a matter of you've got to do as much damage to them when they present the opportunity. Because there again, I'm still on this 4 turn countdown to get to that container before it blows itself up. He does good damage at 5 to 7. Certainly hoping for the crit. Or in this case, possibly do the teamwork. Mox still got a 99% shot. Unfortunately, fortunately in this case had the graze, but no ability to shoot twice. Here hoping for the crit. Crit could have actually taken her down with with a max roll and a crit. In this case, a bare min roll. Not much to, nothing to see here. And of course, then she, with her massive length of running, just runs right on away. In this case, I probably would have been smartest to head toward the box, make her chase me. I think I probably made a big tactical error by trying to take her out. She's certainly weakened. But given that I did not see her here, that was probably a huge mistake. If I'd have been able to see her and then shoot, might have taken her out, but probably should have moved forward away from her, hopefully out of range. That's what I would probably do if I had this to do over again. Because unfortunately, again, I've only got the 4 turns. I need to get moving that direction. Because there's at least probably 2 turns distance just to get over there. So we pop the door. Don't see anybody. Go ahead and go on Overwatch, because even though it won't work for her, could definitely still work on other people. In this case, you got the door way there, so I wanted to pull up, get kind of close, go ahead and do a pistol Overwatch in case something pulls through. Definitely helps to have people on Overwatch, just in case you spring a group of Advent that you then have to deal with. So here, probably should not have taken him that far forward, because that did spring those guys. But on the plus side, Mox is ready to shoot, managed to do some damage. That's a nice max roll for him, I believe. Managing to do 4 damage. Definitely where Shredder would come in handy. That 2 armor is a pain. So I think it's important to go ahead and get him moved upward. See if there's any shots available. Probably should have used the tab key to see if there was a spot where I could see something. Knowing that we're in a little bit of trouble here, went ahead and threw the grenade out for the smoke. Try to give my 2 sharpshooters that are up front, which is just terrible planning. Go ahead and give them a little extra protection. And of course he, having not seen anything, needs to get headed back the other direction and hope. So in this case, you're not going to hit hard, but she did hit for 4. So that's now weakened him considerably. Not going to keep him from shooting at me, as evidenced thus. But much easier to take out at this point, because he's down to, a hit of a 4 will do what I need to do. See, there again, got him bunched up. Big error on my part. This was definitely not my best example of good strategy. Definitely some areas where I could have improved here. And of course, here she comes, walking down the street, singing Harbor Wave. So, ick. Yeah. When dealing with her, also a good idea to try to not have a bunch of people lined up in a single line. Maybe a nice circle. Maybe a square. Try to have no more than 2 dazed at once, I think is probably super helpful. So, in this case, Mox is injured. He's in trouble. He does have 1 shot. So I figured in this case, let me go ahead and pull him back. Using the grapple. That way I have a good aim on her. Give him some cover. Give him some height. Hopefully make it harder for him to be shot. So I need 5 to 6. It's enough to do it. Got the crit for 7. Fortunately, taking her out also undazes my troops, so that's helpful. In this case, managed to take down the Chosen. There we go. Everybody undazed. So that really helps me at this point, given how absolutely trashed my people are. Figure best thing he can do is go ahead and help himself. See, there again, I need 4. Pistols 3 to 4. It's very risky at this point. Just like that. Problem is, I think at that distance, I don't know if the rifle would have done very good. But, you know, a pair of pistol shots should at least get me the 1-in-1 that I need. In this case, he hit for the 4. But there again, don't have your sharpshooters up front if you can help it. Yeah, I just did not play this one terribly cleanly. I really should have done a better job. I guess for me personally, I tend to get a little over-aggressive when it comes to the countdown on the container. You know, still had 4. Probably could have spent a little longer working on that. This case went for the better shot, even though the other guy is closer. And that's certainly risky at this point. Definitely want to use him for those heals now. So I've kind of tried to keep him away and healthy so he can do just this thing right here. This is why you also need better med kits. The ability to heal 6 instead of 4 would be very handy right here, especially since I keep getting the poor guy shot. So, because if you look, I think he's got 4 left. So if I hadn't healed him, he'll at the very least be bleeding out. So, honestly, that's probably 2 turns away. So I need to take care of business this turn so I can move up and do other things. In this case, given that he wasn't going to be able to shoot, I just decided to run him. Get Mox reloaded. Go ahead and put him on Overwatch because he really can't do much else. Now it's a matter of seeing if there's something useful I can do with these 2. Or in this case, you know, reload. Because his gun does a much better amount of damage. So, okay, yeah, looks like he might have survived the shot, but still, he'd be down to 1. He'd not be a happy camper. You know, slash only does 5 to 7. I need maximum damage 7 to 8, 8. So I need the max damage. Happen to get it. A little bit lucky on that one for sure. In this case, now we know we've taken everybody out. So looking for a way that made sense to move over there. I guess I decided to be creative. Definitely whenever you can, try to pick up resistance contacts like this. In this case, I got a bonus 70 supplies. That pays for a nice upgrade or, or some more med kits or what have you. So definitely worth the effort. Now, went ahead and run this one up just in case he has to try to do it himself manually. Now I'm much closer, ready to do it. In this case, thanks to the creative thinking of the AI here, managed to drop in with a nice view so I could get this one handled. And then time to go for the hack. There we go. So at this point, probably a good idea before you head out on these missions to check your supplies and your intel to know, is it worth going for the larger cache, smaller cache? You know, are you desperate for intel? You know, do you just need to pick up a little? You know, in this case, a decent hack would have certainly given me what I needed. In this case, I fell short. But in the end, you know, still complete the mission, even though I've definitely taken some serious injuries. Yeah, this one was a tough one. I definitely made some errors. Hopefully I will be able to learn from those. Hopefully you'll be able to learn from those. See some of the things that you should not do. Obviously taking out Chosen is great because you get those 5 extra ability points to hand out to your people. Yeah, see, Mox got nailed for a 20-day wound, the other 2 for 8. I'm also losing out on the ability to level up his bond with Blackjack Davis because he's going to be injured for 20 days, and that doesn't help. One reason I need to get the infirmary built, and then I need to get that get an engineer staff there with the workshop gremlin so that I can cut those 20 days down some. In this case, I definitely had to go for this one in order to counter that major breakthrough. That would have added 2 pips. I think I've only got 3 or 4 to go. So I've got to get myself moving on this this here campaign if I'm going to get it.